What's going on, ladies and gents? Shay here, back with another video about e-commerce and dropshipping. Today, we're going to be exploring a very important topic, and that is, what are some of the hidden costs of dropshipping? So let's dive right into it. Okay, so dropshipping, everybody knows it's one of the most easiest business models and most cost-effective to get your online business up and running. But what are some of the hidden costs that you may not know or people may not tell you up front? Well, first of all, as we all know, dropshipping involves selecting products without having inventory from suppliers. One of the drawbacks to this is that if you have high shipping costs associated with your specific supplier, this could really add up over time. So, whenever you're selecting a supplier, making sure that number one, the shipping cost is as cheap as possible and as fast as possible is going to be crucial for you scaling your dropshipping business effectively. The second hidden cost of dropshipping. Obviously, we all know that dropshipping can be done on Shopify, can be done on eBay, can be done on Etsy, can be done on a multitude of platforms. But really, it comes down to what is the cost associated with having your store on that platform. For example, Shopify has a deal for $1 a month, but that's not actually the true cost in essence. It's really close to 39 a month. And if you're doing like staff accounts and additional accounts and all of these apps and so forth, it really starts to add up quick. So that's the second point is the platform monthly cost. Thirdly is going to be the apps associated with your Shopify store. If you were to do Shopify, for example, typically I don't like having more than two apps, one for tracking orders, one for everything else, basically. And the two apps that I use are Track123 and Vitals. These apps will cost you about, say, another $30 a month additionally. So in addition to the 39 that you're paying Shopify for your monthly plan, you're also going to have an additional $30 for these apps. And like I said, these apps are crucial for tracking your orders for customers, setting up email marketing, setting up upsell sequences, and a whole bunch of other stuff. The third point is going to be, what is the actual cost associated with, for example, if you're sourcing from suppliers, right, and you really need to know, okay, if the supplier sent out the wrong product to your customer, that could result in a chargeback or a return or a refund. So ensuring that, number one, that the products being sent out by your suppliers are being shipped fast and the shipping is, cost effective. And then number two, ensuring that they're actually sending out the right type of products, especially in drop shipping. I mean, the last thing you want to do is have, an order come in, you feel all great, and you see that that little notification gives you a little boost of dopamine, but when the customer the customer receives the product, it's actually not the right thing, and that's the last thing you want to be doing, right, is getting chargebacks or refunds. So that's the third association, hidden cost with Shopify dropshipping or dropshipping in general. The fourth is going to be the theme that you use. Now, Shopify does provide a lot of free themes, which are pretty good. There are a wide selection you could choose from: Dawn, Sense, Taste. All of these are good themes. But if you really want to compete at the highest level, you definitely need to invest into a premium theme of some sort. So premium themes could be anything like Turbo, Portland, Impact, Impulse, and these type of things. Now, these themes aren't cheap by any means. They can run you anywhere from 280 all the way up to $400 per theme. So that's another hidden cost associated with dropshipping, is the theme that you actually use, and especially if you're using a premium theme. The fifth cost hidden with dropshipping is going to be the marketing cost, right? So most people will tell you that you can just start off by posting organic content on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and just order the product and film content. But to really gain traction as fast as possible and without having to put yourself in front of the camera, if that's not something you're comfortable with, it would be more advisable to actually run ads on Facebook or TikTok or Google, depending, on where your audience is. So in that case, you're looking at a minimum of around 150 per product test, especially if you're looking at Facebook. But it could be higher. On TikTok, it could be up to 300, on TikTok for one product test. So ensuring that you have enough capital in your budget when you start drop shipping is really going to be a super, super important part if you want to run marketing and if you're actually serious about it and actually want to put your best foot forward in terms of getting sales into your store. The six costs associated with drop shipping. Let's see. Like, okay, so If you're in the private label space and you're looking for custom packaging or custom labels, or really building out a niche brand experience for your customers and your consumers, the cost associated would be ordering the minimum order quantity from the supplier such that you can actually go ahead and customize the packaging, customize the labels, put on your logo, put on your brand, and pretty much build out a brand-based experience. Now, this MOQ, or minimum order quantity, can vary from supplier to supplier. So when you're finding suppliers and you're heading towards the private label division, you really want to make sure that you speak to as many suppliers as possible, gauge their shipping times, gauge the number of years they've been in business, gauge the cost of the MOQ. It could be 50 units, it could be 10,000 units. So speaking to as many as possible is going to improve your chances of getting the best possible deal and reducing those costs associated with private label. And then lastly is going to be legal and compliance issues. So for example, if you start a dropshipping business and you're running ads, you may face the issue of getting your ad account banned on Facebook. This is very common. The most common reason for this happening is two things. One, your ad account isn't set up correctly, or two, your business actually isn't verified on Facebook. So Facebook will flag any transactions coming in from the marketing efforts that you're putting forth, and they might freeze your ad account. And that's the last thing that you want, right? So making sure that you have your LLC set up correctly if you're in the US, or if you're selling in the US, establishing a foreign entity inside the US as a foreign person. Typically, this can range, depending on which company you go with, but it's around 150 to 250 to set up your LLC. So those are all the hidden costs associated with Shopify dropshipping. Hopefully you found that helpful. Hopefully this educates you and enlightens you a bit more about the reality of starting a business. It's not as simple as creating a store and creating an ad and then just running some ads and getting sales, and then overnight you made $100,000. Definitely not. It's more of a systematic process. And if you guys are trying to learn more about dropshipping and how you can use AI to elevate your e-commerce game, head over to the site you see in front of your screen right now, ecom-genie.com. We help you use AI in every single facet of your dropshipping business, from finding suppliers, finding winning products, building your store, creating your ads, managing your ad campaigns, and pretty much everything end to end using AI to eliminate a lot of the heavy lifting and a lot of the guesswork associated in dropshipping. But other than that, if you like the video, definitely like and comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.